Hey, this is a special interview with Above and Beyond for Trans World. Jono, how are you?
Good, thank you.
And Paavo?
Yeah, really good.
How is your stay in Chile so far?
Very, very relaxing. I managed to eat some food today and just chill in the pool and kind of do things that we don't normally get to do on tour. We do sometimes, but it's rare that we arrive early enough in the day to kind of have that time to relax. So it's been really, really relaxing so far. So we're all kind of calm and ready for the show tonight.
Yeah. Saying that though, in the last 24 hours, I think we've played 2 gigs in 2 different cities.
Yeah,
but I still feel quite relaxed, considering. Normally, after doing like a hectic schedule like that, you kind of feel a bit tired and feel ready for it. So yeah,
that's great.
But it's funny coming to Lollapalooza because I think when I played our first Electric Daisy Carnival in Los Angeles, which was a really big festival over there. It was one of those ones where, it didn't really sink into me what we were doing when we were doing it, and then only a couple of days later, it was such a big thing for like a huge festival like Lollapalooza that when we come to these things, sometimes it feels like it's good that we don't really know what we're getting into.
Really?
Then I think a couple of days later, then maybe it'll sink in that we've just closed Lollapalooza in Santiago.
We always get asked,
a real honor.
What are our expectations, you see, and I think that's what you're getting onto. Really.
Yeah.
We try to keep no expectations,
Lollapalooza is a different festival, different types of music. It has this whole ecological theme, and it's really diverse. So it's not like Electronic Daisy, as you said, it's like only electronic music.
I like that diversity, actually. I think it's a good thing. Yeah,
what other artists? You were saying that you like Foo Fighters, and Skrillex. You want to go see?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm fans of either of those artists as such, but I'm just curious to check them out. I mean, I might become a fan though. You never know.
I mean, that's what festivals are very much about, I think, because there's so many people who are into dance music who like rock music and all kinds of music, and vice versa. And I think it's a really great opportunity for people to check out.
Yeah, maybe
it's their cup of tea, but they haven't been to a show before.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, can you tell us a little bit more into trance and Above and Beyond itself, about your beginnings, like your personal story, or how you got together? Why the name, for example?
Well, we got together when we were at university, and Tony obviously is the third member who's not here, and I met him through his brother actually. But we, both myself and Paavo, wanted to set up a record label to release our music on, and I think we had sort of a similar kind of idea of what we liked musically. So the reason we set up the label was, to literally to release our own music to start with, and then it kind of became this big thing. We had no sort of plan for it to become that way, but it just kind of grew from there. And
don't you think like the first maybe 5 years of us working together, Anjuna Beats, our record label, was the sort of main brand, and that was the strong thing that people knew. And then little by little, the way the scenes evolved and everything, it's become
one thing brings another.
That now I think Above and Beyond and Anjuna Beats are on a sort of equal level, and the labels grown into this big community online and everything, which is really cool.
I was very influenced by the sort of trance sound that Paul Oakenfold was playing in the sort of the mid-90s, like from the Goa mix that he played on. It was an Essential mix on Radio 1. Yeah. And so I really wanted to make music a bit like that, and so many of the early releases were kind of sort of in that way of thinking.
Was it always trance, or did you try other areas?
We did some house mixes as well together back in the day, didn't we? We've done. I mean, we did on our second release, we did a progressive sort of house remix of one of the tracks. It was kind of early on the trance stuff that stuck. That was the stuff that really, people noticed of us and seemed to do really well. So, that's where we kind of focused.
Yeah, and I think we've all individually been doing all sorts of stuff. Like you worked on some drum and bass stuff, and I think trance was for me the first thing that I really fell in love with, electronic music, like early 90s. Then I got sort of bored of it. I went into Chicago House, then like Detroit, and then I moved to UK. I was doing UK garage. But then I did the sort of full circle and came back to trance right at the end of the 90s, and yeah, I haven't looked back since. I think it's a good place.
I think the thing about music is it's actually the way you package it up in terms of the style of it is one thing, but actually the core thing about the music is the melody and the harmony and the songs, and that's the key to great music. Is
it's a great combination.
If you've got those elements, then you can package it up any way you like. You know, you can make it into a chill out track or a trance record or whatever you want. But if you haven't got good starting ideas, that's when you're in trouble. And it's it might be well produced bad music, you know.
Can you tell us our evaluation? Two things: evaluation of Group Therapy, your last album, and if you can afterwards say reading to Transworld fans so they can hear you. They're gonna so be waiting for this.
Sorry, what do you want us to say about Group Therapy? Sorry.
What do you an evaluation of?
Evaluation. Well, I guess you can give the evaluation, but
I think for us it's been a really amazing thing, really. Given that we worked on the album for about 2.5 years, and there were moments where we weren't even sure if we'll be able to agree on where it's going, and you know, it was a really
it's hard to steer a ship when you've got 3 people trying to steer a ship. You know, there's obviously challenges involved with that.
Take it one way.
But it's really cool that I think we ended up with an album that we're all individually and collectively really happy with.
Yeah.
And then with the incredible internet, the speed at which it spreads, and then being able to go everywhere around the world and hear people singing along to the songs and everything, and hearing stories from people's lives and what the music,
the video that you made with all the people making part of it, that was amazing.
So I guess the message to the Chilean fans is thanks for being part of that, really, because every individual who supports us is, you know, kind of part of that snowballing thing. I mean, it's amazing with social networks today. We've kind of grown up with that stuff and tried to embrace it, and it, you know, it's amazing to see what that can do and how that can help you. And it's not, you know, it's not the be all and end all, because you've got to have good ideas and you've got to believe in what you're doing. But if you have the opportunity, it's incredible. You know what the fans can do with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.